Alright, guys, welcome to Take Your Base. I'm your host, Flavo Oriana, brought to you by Four Corner Sports. Alright, so we have a couple big signings in baseball. Obviously, the big one is the signing of the extension of Fernando Tatis Jr.'s contract. And we also have some Taiwan Walker. What's it called? He signed with the New York Mets. Matt Harvey and King Felix, their teammates. I'll tell you where they ended up signing. A catcher ended up getting injured, so it's one of the better catchers in baseball. And then we'll talk about a trade that I never really got to be able to sell, but it's a good trade for an American Central team. All right, so let's start it off first with Fernando Tatis Jr. So Fernando Tatis Jr. All right, got an extension. Mind you, he's 22 years old. He was due to be a free agent at the age of 26. So in 4 years, he got a nice big fat contract. His extension starts. Well, I mean, his contract starts pretty much now. He signed the contract for 14 years, $340 million. All right. Now, why is this a big deal? Well, there's plenty of shortstops that are going to be on the free agent market this coming year. And the fact that the Padres were not scared of spending the money of giving Fernando Tatis Jr. a contract 4 years before he was eligible. I mean, this guy had no leverage whatsoever. It's huge. It's mega huge right now, right? This guy has only played, I think, 143 regular season games in total. And he got in this type of a contract. I mean, it is pretty crazy to think, he got in this type of money. I mean, I understand this guy might be the future of baseball. All right, he might be the new face of baseball once Mike Trout is on the decline. I mean, there's no telling that when he's gonna do that or not. I mean, Mike Trout is still the best player in baseball by far, but I would say like a second, just because of age wise, it's got to be Fernando Tatis Jr. I mean, this guy might be the best shortstop in baseball at such a young age. All right, there was somebody on I don't know if it was Joel Sherman or Jeff Passan or something like that, but somebody had put it out there that the average annual for Fernando Tatis Jr.'s yearly contract annually, right, is going to be $24 million. What his father earned throughout his entire career playing baseball in the majors, he only made $17 million. So that is crazy that Fernando Tatis Jr. is going to over eclipse his father, all right, annually. What he would make in 1 year than what his father made in an entire career. That's pretty, remarkable. But yeah, so it's the Padres, they just love spending money. I mean, they gave over $100 million when they first signed Eric Hosmer. They gave over $300 million for Manny Machado a couple years ago. It's a 10-year contract, $300 million. Now you're giving Fernando Tatis Jr. a 14-year contract for $340. That is remarkable. And then they spend money on their second baseman. I think they got him from Japan, if I'm not mistaken. That infield is loaded. I mean, it's remarkable how San Diego is not it's not one of those major cities right there, but they are spending like as if they are the Dodgers, they are the Yankees, and so far and so forth. So I want to see what the Padres have done. The Padres this offseason, got Blake Snell, Yu Darvish, extended Manny Machado. They extended Fernando Tatis Jr. I mean, they're just spending money like as if like they're growing it, But wow, congratulations to you fans of the Padres, because they are really showing that they really want to contend for quite some time, and they got the good pieces, in play. I mean, that infield is rock solid. In other news, we got Mets news. The Mets had signed Taiwan Walker for a 2-year, $20 million contract. So the average annual is 10 years, $10 million a year. Look, I gotta say I like it. I know there was other suitors out there that wanted to sign him. He decided to sign with the Mets. You can't go wrong with this signing, and here's why. You need a lot of pitching depth, especially in the starting rotation. You need a lot of pitching depth because of the fact that, what happens if an injury comes down? I mean, we already have Noah Syndergaard, who is hurt, who's most likely going to come back in the midsummer, all right? You see that he was down, all right? In that rotation, you already have, DeGrom, Marcus Stroman. You're going to have, Carlos Carrasco. Now you're adding in Taijuan Walker. That fifth spot can be, David Peterson. It could be, a mixture of people, right? You want to have tons of arms, to throw in there. That's why the Dodgers are very successful. That's why they have, tons of arms, tons of starting pitchers, all right? In case one goes down, they have another one backed up in there, all right? You want to build an army in that case scenario. But good job by the Mets. I think this will help them out, tremendously, as the season weighs in. In this long stretch 162 season, I think this is going to help out tremendously. But we'll see what happens. I mean, he came back from Tommy John surgery. He played, I think, with the Marlins last year. They say that, the year after you come back from Tommy John, it is when you really pick it up and you show, how better you are after the surgery. So we'll see that the year after is now. He's signed with the Mets for 2 years. It's not a bad contract. Look, it's only 2 years. If he doesn't work out in these next 2 years, that's it. You get rid of him. It's not like a 3-4 year contract. In other news, we had the Orioles. The Orioles ended up signing Felix Hernandez and Matt Harvey. Now, mind you guys, if this was 5, 6, 7 years ago, we would have been, blowing our minds and, going buck crazy to see Felix Hernandez and Matt Harvey in the same rotation. But King Felix is towards the end of his career. Matt Harvey just never was able to recover, injuries-wise and mentally after that 2015 loss to the Kansas City Royals. After that, he kind of self-destructed. Yeah, so, I mean, there's nothing really to it. I just wish the best for Matt Harvey and King Felix. I really wish that King Felix would have retired after his final game with the Mariners, but it is what it is, And then we also had the trade with the Red Sox and the Royals. The Red Sox ended up trading Andrew Benintendi. It was actually a three-way trade. The Mets were included in that suit. The Mets ended up getting their the Royals' 8th best prospect, and the Red Sox also got prospects as well too. So Andrew Benintendi, I think this will be great for him moving on forward. He's in a smaller market. He's not in a big market like the Red Sox. He'll be able to further build off his career, in Kansas City. I mean, he might, Kansas City got a good building piece right over there. And that's all that happens as of yet. I mean, look, JC Realmuto broke his thumb. Seth Lugo is going to be out for a couple weeks, about 6 weeks, maybe 8. Shane Bieber got COVID. We're in spring training right now. Back to baseball season, and then that Mets home opener against the Marlins. It's going to be something special. I'm going to try to get tickets. I'm going to try to be in attendance. And you're going to see me rocking my Four Corner Sports hoodie, along with the Mets jersey. I'm trying to see if I can get that Lindor jersey in black. If I can't, oh well. But all right, guys, thank you for tuning in for this episode of Take Your Base. I'm your host, Flavo Ariana, and I appreciate you guys. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys at a later date. Peace, guys, and have a good one.